All right, let's take you back to the Union Buildings, where SABC News reporter Cyril Ramaphosa standing by to bring us the very latest around the FIFA Trophy Tour. Those are, in fact, live visuals, aerial view, courtesy of Google Earth, of the Union Buildings. He's been stationed there since the early hours of this morning, awaiting this very start of the momentous occasion of the official handover of that trophy to South Africa as that tour begins. President Cyril Ramaphosa will, of course, be receiving that original FIFA World Cup trophy. Sifiso, good afternoon yet again. When we spoke a bit earlier on, there was hardly any activity. I don't know at this hour if you've been able to catch a glimpse of legends, because we understand a number of them, soccer legends at that, a number of them will be gathered there for this momentous occasion.
Good afternoon to you, Mfundo, and good afternoon to the viewers once more. We're coming to you live from the Union Building Amphitheatre. Yes, when I spoke to you earlier, I hadn't spotted, the legends or the current players of Bafana. But a short while ago, I saw the assistant coach of Bafana, Helman Mukelele. He was not alone. He was walking alongside the goalkeeper coach, Grant Johnson. The two gentlemen were part of Bafana's technical team in the recent Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco. And I'm told the goal scorer of the first goal of the World Cup in 2010, that's the former Bafana midfielder, the legendary Spiwe Shabalala. I'm told he's here, but I haven't spotted him. I'm told the Minister of Sport, Kaitin McKenzie, he's also here. But according to the program that we saw, the VIPs were supposed to start arriving at 12:30. Well, as I've said, I've spotted very few of all the expected guys who are supposed to be here in Mfundo.
Many people will be quite excited to see Shabalala, because that goal remains quite iconic. Anytime we think of the 2010 World Cup, we always remember that iconic goal. But you were just touching on the AFCON, that of course Helman Mukelele is there, and you are in fact one of our lucky colleagues that was stationed in Morocco for the AFCON. Perhaps talk about just that excitement, because at that time we were very excited about qualifying for the AFCON, but also qualifying for the FIFA World Cup. So a lot that we were celebrating. Perhaps when you talk about the excitement, what was the conversation around these two important leagues that we had now qualified for? What was the conversation around just the qualification of the FIFA World Cup?
Yeah, Mfundo, I must say that South African football, without a doubt, they are on a rise. I mean, we've seen, the rise of Bafana, then they were a bit steady for some time, and they went down a little bit, because if you check the Africa Cup of Nations, I mean, we qualified for like 5 AFCON tournaments in a row. But in 2010, we didn't qualify for the World Cup, the Africa Cup of Nations, which was played in Angola. That was the first AFCON that Bafana missed in a long time. Then 2 years later, in 2012, when it was co-hosted by Equatorial Guinea and Gabon, Bafana did not qualify for that as well. Bafana only played in the AFCON in 2013 when, we replaced, I think it was Kenya, which was supposed to host the AFCON back then. So we've had, our fair share of problems as South African football. But I must emphasize the fact that, since the Belgian Hugo Broos took over, I mean, we've seen, the rise of Bafana. Hugo Broos became the first Bafana coach to qualify for 2 AFCON tournaments back-to-back. There's no single coach in South Africa or Bafana coach who has qualified for 2 AFCON tournaments in a row. To put, a rose on top. I mean, Hugo also managed to take Bafana to the World Cup for the very first time, like I said, since 2002. I mean, 2002 is that was the last time Bafana qualified proper for the World Cup. we don't count 2010. 2010, we played in the World Cup by virtue of being hosts. But this time, you know, we qualified proper by finishing top of our group ahead of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And without any doubt, that's a great achievement for this country. I mean, having played in 2 AFCON tournaments back-to-back and having now qualified for the World Cup. It's a special year for Bafana, or should I say, a special period for now. Let's hope, you know, Bafana, they give, you know, all what it takes to make sure that at least they qualify for the next round of the World Cup for the very first time. Mfundo?
So thank you very much for that comprehensive context around when last we qualified. Most certainly very significant qualification this time. It's 16 years later that we properly qualify. No condemnation here. We're in 2010 because by virtue of being host. So most certainly a very important moment for South African football.